Yes, today in this video we are going to see how to create a virtual machine instance in the GCP. Okay, the previous video we have seen how to create the SQL instance. Now we are going to see how to create the virtual machine in the GCP. Okay, the next one is here you can see this is a document which I'm going to provide you in the description. One drive link I'm going to provide you. If you copy the drive link and if you paste it on any of the browser, so this document is going to visible to you there. From there you can download it. Okay. What this document is going to contain is clearly step-by-step approach how the virtual machine will be created, entire the step-by-step process I have mentioned, and along with that you need to run some commands in the terminal. That commands also I have specified here. Now you can just copy and you can run it. So for this purpose, I am going to provide this document in the description. Feel free to download and um, we can use this document as a guide to complete the step-by-step approach to create the virtual machine. Okay. Now let's get into the video. Now, when coming to the console, in the search bar, you can search virtual mission or you can search virtual mission. So you are going to get the result like this. You can click on the virtual instance. So it will direct you to the virtual instance page. Like this, you are going to get, or simply you can go with the compute engine also. You can go to the compute engine. The same thing you are going to get. Okay, either you can go with the virtual machine or you can go with the compute engine. You can search any of the thing. You are going to get the result like this. Okay, here you can see the option called create instance. Click on the create instance. After clicking the create instance, here I have mentioned the step by step what we have to do. Search compute engine. After searching, we need to click the create instance that was completed. Then we need to give some information related to your virtual machine. The information I'm going to provide here, the same thing we are going to use. Now, first we are going to give the name to my virtual machine instance. Like for example, I'm going to give MySQL VM. I'm going to keep the region. You can keep any one of these. You can change it also, no issue. So now I'm practicing purpose. I'm keeping normally here. Next, I'm going to you keep the E2. Okay, you keep the E2 machine type. Next, when coming to the here, the down the machine type, I'm going to select E2 micro. Why? Because just practicing purpose. No, that's why I'm going to select E2 micro. If you see here, when I select E2 medium, you can see the cost. It is going to show $25.46, right? Now, what I'm going to do is E2 micro. I'm going to keep. You can see $7. So why I'm showing this monthly estimation thing is you can see in the free credits it is going to affect. Here you can see the free credits is the right there it is going to affect. Okay, for that purpose we need the credits, right? Why? Because for the practicing purpose. So that's why I'm taking very minimum resources. Okay, so that's why I'm going to take a E2 micro. Then after completion of this, don't do anything. Come to the OS and storage. Here you can see the OS and storage. Next step, click on the OS and storage. Change here. Click on the change. Then change the operating system to the Ubuntu, which is Linux related. Ubuntu. Then the size I need 10 GB is enough for me and select it. Then next come to the networking. You need to allow both allow HTTP and HTTPS. After that, come down and you can see here what I have told. So up to here we have completed up to the firewall, right? The same thing whatever I have mentioned here that I am doing there. Okay. Next one I'm going to click on the create finally. So remaining you just leave it for the practicing purpose. Future we will learn all the things what we are needed. Okay. Up to now for the practicing purpose you just do it up to here itself. Okay. Now rest of the options leave it like this and click on the create. Now a MySQL virtual machine instance is going to be created. Nearly it will take 4 to 5 minutes it is going to take. So please wait until it is going to create. Until that, you don't do anything. Now you can see here my virtual machine was created, right? The VM instance was created. So this is your external IP address. Okay. Now after completion of this step, if I go to my document, the next step is we need to open the SSH terminal. So where we need to go to open that terminal is, you can see the option called SSH, right? Click on the SSH. Now the terminal is going to open for you. Now this is the terminal which is opening for you. Click on the authorize. Now like this, the terminal is going to open for you. You can see here, welcome to Ubuntu. It is going to show. Okay. Now, what you have to do is come to my document, and what is my first step? We need to install the MySQL, right? How we can install? Through the steps which I have provided, through that you can install. Okay, the first, before installing MySQL, we need to update your local packages which is available in the Ubuntu repository. Okay, it is going to get the latest version packages. Okay, for that, what you are going to do is to update the local packages in your system. You just copy this command, or you can type the command also. Okay, now the first time, right, you are, so that's why you just copy and you paste it. Later on, while you are practicing, then it will be memorized, so you can type with your hands in the terminal. Okay, now I'm copying and I'm pasting, and just click on the enter. Now you can see here it is processing. It will take few minutes time, so we will wait until that. Yeah, it was completed. Next, come to the document. Next, it was completed. The next one is we need to install the MySQL server. How to install the MySQL server? We need to run this command. Copy this command, come to the terminal, you just paste it and click on the enter. Now you can see, yes. Now what it is asking you, continue, whether I want to continue to download or not. Yeah, Y. Click on Y, then enter. Now you can see it was installing, right? Yes. The next step is we need to start the MySQL server. So after installing MySQL server, we need to start the server. So you just copy the command and come to the terminal. Once you complete this progress, now it is 83. Once it was completed, then we need to run that command. Okay. Now you just paste the command which you copied. Sorry. Copy the command, come to the terminal and paste it and click on the enter. Now MySQL server was started. So up to now, we completed installing the MySQL. Okay. Next we have the step called we need to configure the MySQL. Okay, to configure the MySQL, first we need to log in into the MySQL shell. How to do that? Simply we need to run this command. Now I'm going to run this command in the terminal, paste it and click on the enter. Now you can see welcome to MySQL monitor. Now you can see here you came to the MySQL shell. Okay, you came to the MySQL shell. Now what is the next step I'm going to do is the important thing you have to remember here. Please be careful. Here you have the two commands, right? Here I have provided you two commands. Okay, you should not use the both the commands. You have to use either this one or either this one. So when we will use this command is when your MySQL workbench version is above 8.0, then we need to use this one. Okay. When your MySQL workbench version is below 8.0, then you have to use this command. Okay. If you forgot to execute in above 8.0, if you execute the below 8.0 command, it will show you the error. Okay. Why? Because here if you observe, why? Because if you observe here, everything was same. But here the plugin was different. Here the plugin was different. Okay, this was updated plugin. Okay, so we need to use this command. Sir, how I can know that which version currently my workbench is? Simply you have to go to your MySQL workbench. I'll show you. If you open this MySQL workbench, here you have the option called help, right? Click on the help. About workbench is there? No, here the image is came right. Here you can see your version is 8.0.36. Okay, or you can see here 8.0 community. So it is a above 8.0 itself. So now what I'm going to do? Now I'm going to use the this command itself. Now for that what I'm going to do? I'm going to copy this command. Now I'm going to copy this command. And the another important thing is 1 minute. I'll show you. Just a minute. Here you have to see very carefully. Here what I have mentioned is your new password I have mentioned. Here you have to change the password. Here you have to change the password. It means you have to keep your any personal password there. Okay, I'll show you. Now I'm going to copy this command and after pasting there I'm going to change it. I'm copying. I'm going to come for the terminal. Here I'm pasting. After pasting, we can see here through your keyboard arrows, you just come to the left, remove this. Don't forget to keep this quotation, it means quotation marks. In between this, I'm going to type my password. For example, I'm going to keep my password as DHEMAN at the rate 1 2 like this. I'm going to keep. You can keep anything. Okay, no issue. Now, what I'm going to do is now I'm simply click on enter. You can keep any password there. Okay, now you can see here the query. Okay, okay, now it was done. Now after that, what is the next step I have mentioned here? Once it was completed, we need to exit from the MySQL shell. How to exit? You need to simply type exit in your terminal. Click on exit. Okay, now you are exited, right? Next one, what you have to do is once everything was completed, then we need to log into our MySQL through your new password. Recently, I kept one password, right? Through that, we need to log in. Okay, you just copy this command. You can see the description. If you have any doubt, you can see the description and you can know that why we need to use this command also. Okay, you just copy this command, come to the terminal and paste it. Now click on the enter. Now I'm trying to log in. Here it is asking enter the password. Which password you have to enter is whatever the password I have mentioned here, that password only you have to give it. Okay. If you change anything here, that password you have to give. Okay. Now here the another important thing is whatever you are going to type in the password, it will be invisible. Okay. Now I'm going to type the password. Now I'm typing, but there it is getting the password, but it will be invisible. Don't worry. Okay. You just click on the enter. After entering the password, you just click on the enter. Now you can see what it is showing. Welcome to the MySQL monitor. Again, we came into the MySQL. Okay. MySQL shell we came. Now, once this step was completed, it means after entering your password, you are logging into the MySQL shell. After that, we need to create now up to now what we have seen how to create the sorry, we have seen installing the MySQL we have completed. Next, we have configuring the MySQL was completed. And now what we are going to do is we are going to creating the remote user. We are going to create the remote user. For what purpose we are going to creating the remote user is the remote user is going to he is going to get the access to the databases where like he is one of the developer where he was developing everything related to the MySQL. Okay, the database he was creating the tables, he was inserting the data. It is a remote user. Okay, we are giving the remote user creating. So now what I'm going to do is you have to copy these entire commands and you have to paste it. Okay, and you have to run it. Before going to there, the another important thing is you can see here the same thing. This is one of the username and this is the password. Okay, here you can see this is a username, this is the password. Okay, this is the username and this is also the username. If you follow this command, then you no need to change anything. If you want to change to your personally, like for example, if you want to change to remote user to the, like for example, any other name. Okay, if you change, so be carefully and check the command and change properly wherever you want to change it. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, now I'm going to copy this entire commands. Now I'm going to copy entire commands. Now I have kept remote user as a username and password I have kept remote password. You can change any of the things, no issue. Okay, but you should not forget to change everywhere. Okay, everywhere you have to change it. Now I'm going to copy this entire commands and come to the terminal and at the bottom you just paste it. Okay, here. Now I'm going to paste it and I'm going to click on enter. Now you can see everything was okay. Okay. Yes, everything was okay. Next. Up to here it was completed. Now what is my username? It means what is the username for the those who are the remote person? What is the username? His username is remote user and his password is remote password. Okay, remote password. By using this credential only, the remote user, those who are the developer is there, for him I'm going to give these two credentials. It means username and password. Through that he can log in and he can interact with the database and he can create the operations in the database. Okay. Now, after completing of running this query, you just exit from the MySQL shell. Now I'm going to exit. And now I'm coming out. Now after coming out, what is the next final step is you need to edit the configuration file also. You need to edit the configuration file. For what purpose we need to edit? If you want to allow the remote connections, then we need to allow the we need to edit the configuration file. Okay, for that what we need to do is we should not directly run this command. Okay, first we need to update the packages. Okay, first we need to update the package. Now I'm going to update the package, local packages. Then I'm coming and I'm going to install the nano editor here. So after that, now I'm going to copy this entire command. Now I'm going to paste it here. Now the configuration file is going to open for you like this. Here the cursor will want to work through your arrow keys in your keyboard. That only will work. Okay, now in arrow keys, now I'm clicking down arrow. You are getting down, you're getting down. And you can see my document what I'm telling, find the line. Which line I want to find? Bind address line I want to find. Where is bind address line? You can see here, right? The bottom. Yeah. Here you can see the bind address. Now what you have to do in this bind address is, now come to the bind address. There they have mentioned some address, right? Here you remove everything. And what you have to keep? You have to keep what I'm trying to say. You have to change it to 0.0.0.0, right? Keep 0.0.0.04, right? 4 zeros. That was completed. After that, what you need to do? We need to save it. For the save it, we need to control plus yes. Yes. Next, after to exit, what we need to do? Control plus X. Control plus X. Now configuration file was we edited. Okay. Now we came out also. Next, what is the final step? We need to create the firewall rule in the GCP. This is the final step. We need to create the firewall. Now, how we need to create the firewall is, please go to the console. Where is our console? This is our console. Okay, in this console, this is the VM which we created, right? At the bottom, you can see here, setup firewall rules is there. Click on this. After clicking on this, you can see the two options here, create firewall policy and create firewall rule. You have to click on the create firewall rule After clicking that, you need to give the name. For example, I'm going to keep like a SQL firewall. I'm going to keep description. Don't keep anything, and don't change anything here. So when coming to the targets, you just keep the targets as all instance in the network. All the instance in the network is going to connect. Okay. Next, I'm going to provide here the source IPv4 ranges. For example, my range, I'm going to keep the global range. I'm going to keep 0.0.0.0/0. Okay. Now, the next one is you need to click on the allow all. Okay. You just, what you have did here, you just given the name. Next, nothing you touched. You come to the action on the match. Here you can see allow. After that, in the targets, you just keep all instance in the network, and then you keep 0.0.0.0/0 in the IPv4 range. Then finally in the protocols and ports, you just keep on allow all, and then click on the create. That's all. Now the firewall is going to create it. Now you can see whatever I told, it means whatever I have did in the hands-on, that I have given in the this document itself. Okay, everything will be given like this. You can easily you can learn. Okay. Next, the step is in the terminal, we need to restart the MySQL once. Okay. Now I'm going to my terminal. Now I'm going to paste it here, and I can click on enter. Now you can see my SQL was restarted. Now we will see once in the here. Yeah, it was created now. Now we can see successfully created. One pop-up message was came, right? The successfully created the firewall rule. Yes, it was created. So if you want to see, if I refresh, we can see the SQL firewall was created, right? You can see here the SQL firewall was created. Yes. Next, after restarting your MySQL, then what do you need to do? We need to open your MySQL workbench on your local machine. Now I need to open. Yeah. Now I'm going to open this MySQL workbench in our local machine. Now I'm going to create one more connection. Click on the plus icon. Here in the connection name, I'm going to keep MySQL VM. I'm going to keep. Next, in the host name, very important here. Don't forget to give the details properly. Okay. Now, in the host name, what you have to give is come to your console, go to your VM, view instance. You can see this is your VM virtual machine which we have created. Here you can see the external IP, right? Copy this external IP. Copy this external IP and come here in the MySQL workbench. You remove it and you just paste whatever you copied the external IP address of your virtual machine. Okay, this is the one point you have to remember. The next point is the username. The username, what you have to give is whatever you have given while creating the remote user. What I told you here, yeah, what I have given the username as I have given remote user, right? Now I'm going to give the username as remote user. If you changed anything, that only you have to give here. Otherwise, it won't allow you to set up a connection. Then you are going to get the error. Okay. Now after completion of the username, the next important one is the password. The password which we have kept here while creating the remote user, remote pass I have kept, right? That I'm going to give it here. Remote that I am giving here, then click on OK. So test the connection. You can see the option called test the connection. Now it is going to, yeah, okay, continue anyway. Now you can see successfully made the MySQL connection. Okay. Now click on OK. Okay, now you can open MySQL Workbench. In the previous video, I have shown you how to create the SQL instance. In this video, I am showing you how to create the MySQL VM, right? Now, if you click on the MySQL VM, now it is going to open for you. It will take 2 minutes of time to open. Connect anyway. Now, like this, it was opened, right? Now what I'm going to do is, now I'm going to create one database and I'm going to create some tables in that. Now what I'm going to do is, if I write the query, then it will take a lot of time. So if I write the SQL query, so what I'll do is, I already prepared one notepad file. I will give this file also in your description. So you can copy this code also. It means you can download this file and you can use this code also. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is, now I'm going to create one database. In the database, this is one table one along with the table two. It means I'm creating one database with two tables. Okay. Now I'm going to create in the virtual machine. Now I'm going to copy the entire code along with the data. Okay. Along with the data. Now I'm going to copy this. Now I'm coming to MySQL workbench. Now which is a virtual machine. Now I'm going to paste it here. Now I'm going to run. Now if I execute all this query, if I execute all this query, now everything was executed here. Everything was fine. I have created one database. Inside the database, I've created two tables. In the two tables, I have entered some sample data also I have entered. Okay. I'll provide the code in the description also. No issue. Two files I'll provide it there. Now, if I refresh the schemas, now you can see the database was created sales data. Inside that you have the tables, like two tables you have. First one is customers and another one is order. Now I have two tables. It means the virtual machine, I have created one database. Inside the database, I have created the two tables. Okay. Up to now, we have seen how to create the virtual machine and how we are going to connect to the local workbench also, that we have seen up to now. Now, the important thing what you have to remember is, now I have closed everything. Now, in this console, what you have to remember is, once your work was completed, the time what you have to do is, you have to stop the instance. You have to stop the instance. If your work is permanently completed, then you have to delete the instance. Okay. If you want to use this instance for the next time also, you just stop it and next time you just resume it and you can use it. That if you use that time, if you go like that, means you no need to write again this terminal commands and all. You no need to write again. Okay, when you create newly, that time only we are going to write multiple commands in the terminal. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, now I am going to stop it for now. Why I'm stopping is, it is going to detect the credits from your free trial. Okay, if you see here, the gift icon is there. No, click on this gift icon. You can see here the free credits, how many I'm having. 25,156 are there, right? From this, it is going to detect the credits. Okay, whatever this virtual mission is going to charge, that I have shown you $7 something, I've shown you, right? That much of amount it is going to charge it. Okay, that you remember. Once you've completed working with everything, with the resources, you please terminate it, means please delete it. Okay, otherwise you just stop it. Next time you can resume it. Now what I'm going to do is, you can observe here. Now I am, for example, now I am stopping today. Now I am stopping. How I'm going to stop is, here you can see the option called stop, and click on the stop. Now see here, very important thing everyone has to observe. Okay, why? Because many of them are getting stuck here. Now I'm stopping my virtual machine instance. It will take few minutes time to stop. We will wait. Click on the refresh. Refresh. Just refresh it. Refresh. Yeah, now the virtual machine instance was stopped. Okay, now the amount it won't charge from your credits. Okay, now you can see here the external IP address was also gone, right? Now what I'm going to do is, for example, let us take, I'm going to close everything now. Let us assume, okay, now if I go to MySQL workbench and if I try to open my virtual machine here, now you can see it is going to show the error. Why? Because I have stopped MySQL workbench, right? Sorry, now I have stopped the my virtual machine instance. I have stopped, so that's why it is going to show the error. I'll show you that what error it is going to show you. And again, how to overcome that error also I'll show you. Now we can see here cannot connect to the database server like this, the error it was throwing, right? We just close it. And now what I'm going to do is go to the console. When you come back again, now you just resume it. Okay, you just resume it. When you stop word, then you just resume it. Just start it. Again, it will take 1 or 2 minutes to start the virtual machine instance. Wait for the minute. Yeah, the virtual instance was created. Now, what is the important thing you have to observe is here some external IP address it was showing, right? Previously also it was shown. Now I'll show you that what at the previous address we have got. Now what we got, I'll show you. Previously what we got, if I come to the workbench, right click on this VM, then edit connection. Now you can see this is the last time I have copied and pasted, right? The external IP. Now if you observe here, it was changed. Here we got something different and here we got something different, right? Getting my point, what I'm trying to say? You can see here, you can see the difference. Here you got, wait, I'll show you properly. Now if you observe here it was different and here it was different. You can observe the difference. Here we got the previous IP address, it was this, and now we got the another IP address, right? External IP address. You can observe here, right? Now, what I'm doing is I'm just copying this new external IP address after resuming and come here and you just paste it here. Don't change username and password. That was common. Okay. That whatever we have given the starting time, that is okay. Now you just change the host name, which is external IP address. Then you just test the connection again. Not asking the password, whatever the password I have given, like remote user I am given, right? Sorry, remote pass I am given. Continue anyway. Okay, now we can see here successfully made the MySQL connection. Now we understand, right? Yes. Now click on close. Now if you open this, now it is going to open you the virtual machine MySQL workbench for you. Okay, that is the thing you have to observe. Okay, while practicing, many of them will get confused there. Now you can see here. Now you can see here. You got the queries also. Whatever you have done, right? Right? Yes. So up to now, we have seen how to create the virtual machine in the GCP. You completed everything. Okay, then as I told you, deleted, right? So you have to delete the firewalls which you have created, that you have to delete it, and the VM which you have created, that also you have to delete it. Okay, you don't forget to delete it if your work is completely no permanently completed. Okay, don't forget to delete the both the things. Okay, so simply click on this checkbox. After clicking there, you stop it, and in the three dots you can see more actions. You can see the delete option. You can delete from here. When it comes to the setup firewalls, also the firewalls also you can delete it, which we have created recently, which I was created SQL firewall I was created, right? Click the checkbox, you can see the delete option. Click on this, then it will be deleted. Thank you. In the next video, we are going to see how to migrate the data from virtual machine to the cloud SQL. Okay. Thank you.